Welcome on Sit Talks, Asif ji. How are you doing today?
Doing great, and thanks for your invitation, asking me to come to join your podcast. And I think it should be good. We can go ahead with many things we can share here now.
Now, there is a lot of learnings from your life, your career, and your all over your personality. There are so many things which we can take away today, and there are so many interesting things gonna come over as well. Before we start going deep into conversation about the fashion businesses, the challenges, the business setup, I want to know, Asif, beyond the establishment you have, the Suit Freak, what Asif is overall, where it all began from.
Actually, it was always like since I came to Dubai in 2011, and I worked for one of the company which do the same business as I'm doing it now, and I was the kind of person which we have done like as an study wise business of finance. But I came here to dream to do big, and since I joined that company, it was very new for me. But from the day one, I learned a lot, and since then I think I'm still learning and trying to do my best, and uh, it took me long actually. Sometimes you feel like it's a suit freak is a as a brand. To become a brand, it took me around 15 years now, and it was just one day I was, uh, you know, just I was in Kuwait actually, not in Dubai at the moment, and I was browsing something on social media and found, and I found like something. Why not doing uh, putting a name, at least establish a social media page name. So it was in actually 2018, but I started my first outlet in Dubai. It was in 2022. So it took me around, you can say, about 4 years after establishing my name to open the physical store in Dubai in 2022. And since then it's going on, and we are looking for more and more. And very soon you're gonna see our another outlet somewhere in UAE as well.
Well, indeed, initially, as you said, you came to Dubai 2011,
Yeah,
and you were employed in
yeah,
a company. Was
yeah.
it the same company related to the fashion, or say related to which you open later on in your career, Suit Freak, or was it, like your which department actually you were handling initially when you came?
Actually, for me, everything was new, and since, as I mentioned, it was a new industry for me, a new fashion. But since my childhood, we were very crazy about wearing outfits, the crazy clothes. But since it comes to bespoke tailoring, it was a very different experience for us because we used to wear all of our life just the ready-made suits or t-shirts or jeans. But since I came to Dubai, we got to know like how you can dress up, look like more like a gentleman, and when you appear, it does makes a big difference. And that's how it inspired me like, okay, how to start their business, like how to work on more. So I keep on learning and learning. And as you asked, yeah, it was the company. It was the same company who were doing the same thing, and a very known name in in Dubai. And I can say that uh, not just exactly inspired me to open a business, but for sure it was a good industry to start with. So I think that was the call I took and just started.
That's excellent. But why fashion? Why is something which you always likes to do since you were a kid or you were a teenage, that fashion attracts you? Or is somewhere in your family there are, previous generations or your cousins who were in the business where you see them, more stylish? So what attracts you towards this specific field only?
Actually, nothing because it was only thing I remember. My mother used to say, like, you should stitch your clothes whenever you go. You guys are like more, the Gen Z things, and you always feel like you're more comfortable with your jeans and your t-shirts, and you buy the ready-made clothes. But you never enjoy when you attend, let's say, any occasions or parties, or if you want to go to meet someone to go for the interviews, we always miss out those outfits. And that time we struggle finding out what should I wear, what should I look good, how do I
Yeah,
impress to my boss or the company, or if we are going for any
the struggle
occasion.
is real.
So my mother used to always say to stitch a cloth. Never, she was never in a favor of having a ready-made clothes. And still, I believe I still remember that she was 100% right. When I started, it was late for me. Still, I did later a tailor-made clothes in back to India. But I think the more thing was inspired me when you come to meet, especially in Dubai, and when you see a lot of people are wearing only tailor-made clothes, a bespoke tailoring, then you understand more. You started enjoying wearing a different cloth, different. You cannot even imagine like how you can personalize your outfits. And I think that keeps on moving me like to get more and more in terms of fashion sense. I can say I started learning in 2011 only.
Okay.
From earlier, I think there was no thing, and like just only we can say just my mother was used to say like, yeah, just go for this stitch clothes. I think that still inspires me, and now it's a different thing. I never like almost I have like more than 100 of clothes hanging like in my wardrobe with the tags not even used, because I'm so fond of wearing a bespoke tailoring clothes now. I feel more comfortable wearing those.
Well, I think that's your passion and your interest which you drives into business, right?
Exactly, that's my real passion, and I wanna, like keep on doing for my rest of my life. I think so. That will be still my the first priority to do as a
Excellent.
fashion stylist.
Well, I mean, I have seen some of your videos, the pictures and stuff on social media. Quite trendy. You prefer trendy or the classic?
I prefer classic. Because the kind of guy you are, you always prefer those. I always feel when you do classic, you met very classy people as well.
Oh,
You can
interesting.
relate with you with the same thoughts and same type of wearing. But at the same time, when it comes to me, I'm more classic. But when it comes to style my clients, I'm more trendier than anyone. But at the same time, I can share you one more thing. Like, uh, I feel I'm classy because the fashion always comes around. Like after a few years, you can say always notice like people used to wear those, and it's back in fashion. So which I used to wear in 2011. People are looking for those things now. So you can imagine after being 14
Yeah.
years now, and people are still find it more stylish, which we used to wear in 2011.
Wow.
So you can imagine
Yeah.
the fashion is a thing like it always comes back, and it can never be out of trend.
I remember when you talk about that fashion repeat itself, bell bottom, it was like a 80s thing. And I
Yeah,
remember in my teenage years of like late 2000s,
yeah,
it was become again a trendy thing. And it
yeah.
was like my dad used to say, I used to wear it like 30 years back. What are you talking about?
No, it's still we are like it's a current trend actually. They call it Korean pants.
Okay.
Yeah, because
That's
the
a new
kind of
info.
material they use that comes from especially from Korea.
Okay.
And we can say those are a really fashionable trouser nowadays, because normally it should not be just only about the body, the personality. Sometimes we need to suggest you about the fabrics as well,
Hmm.
and fabric has an important role. If you're doing a bespoke tailoring or a fashion, it is never about keeping the same thing or same clothes and use it as you can show, but we always believe like if you are a good craftsman doing the tailoring stuff, like definitely it helps you out creating such a things like for others, and which makes you happy at the same time you enjoy. But for your passion, sometimes people are paying you actually. to fulfill your passion, because they are getting you, they are trusting you,
Yeah.
and once they trust you, that's how you feel more responsible doing their stuff. That's how we believe. And sometimes we dress up a lot of grooms, so we feel it like it's a big responsibility, it's a big event, it's a big day for someone, once in a life. So when someone trusts it as a bespoke tailoring, then there is definitely a big responsibility from our side, and to get it right on time, and to make their day as they are the center of attraction for that day. So we feel like to style those kind of people pretty much interesting at the same time, and the happiness we get from the customers uh, is really, like you can say, mean to us.
But again, when I speak you as a layman from outside, for my understanding with the fashion, especially if it comes to the suits, if I want to go, I will just try, one of the suit. Okay, I like uh, the suit, t-shirt, and I'm okay with that. But this is, I think, the most of us, especially men, do a mistake of we don't know what is right, and when we go outside, it's like a horrible decision you ever made.
Yeah.
So, what's the common mistake if you find out, especially with men, that they are not getting it to dress up nicely, even after spending 20, 30K even?
Actually, for that, you need a stylish or a fashion designer in your life. I think that's how, um, uh, like, you need to find a good tailor or a good stylish for your wardrobes who can suggest you. Because, see, I always believe, like, I know you're going to wear a suit, right? But I think you need to reach out the right people, and they can guide you well, because that's their mainstream work. So definitely you will not be able to make a decision on your own. You have to take some guidance from your stylist.
Yeah.
That's how we come. And if I talk about myself only, then I never suggest as per your requirement. Normally, we ask what you already have, what you don't have, and I bring people out of comfort from there. Like, let's say you wanted a blue person, and you say no, I wanted only blue. I never say that you already have enough blues. That means right. So I never
Hmm.
suggest you to go for a blue, and it's my experience also, like it's more psychological uh, impact. Like, once you wear, let's say, any particular color, you're liking it. For me, it is more like to suggest you something which you don't have it, because when you're wearing something every day, maybe you're liking the color and everything, but at the same time, my point is, my job is to suggest you something which you never tried. That is not because just I can give you any color or any suggestion or any style to wear with, but definitely, and as per my experience, once you start uh, wearing a different color, people will compliment you.
Hmm.
If people will never compliment you if you're doing the same thing every day. If it is just like you're wearing a blue cloth and you're doing the same thing again, if you're
Yeah.
making a new suit, blue suit, maybe 10 blue suits, it will not make any difference. Definitely, I just wanted to try you any other color, and I think that's the first mistake people do, that they are more comfortable wearing the same thing. Okay, okay, this is good for me, because they have not got
They are
a,
not try out of
a
their comfort zone.
different, and that's how the stylish part comes. And so far I have a good experience, but so far I think, uh, to whoever I have suggested, and I got a very, very good feedback. I don't say it's an experiment, but I can say it's an honest suggestions for them, to make them feel good when they wear, like like Suit Freak do, like to bespoke tailoring for them. And that's how I really feel okay, because we have a different story for someone like, um, I will not mention the name, but he's a banker, and he works in one of the biggest financial institute, and he he is still wearing a suit all his life. So it means he has tried with many bespoke tailorings, right? And as I mentioned, that it was like every time you're wearing the same color cloth or designs. So he always asked me to do something new. So as I said, because I want him to be out from his comfort zone or
Hmm.
colors, that's why I suggested something for him. I just styled, and he was so pleased. He was so pleased. He was in a one of the board meeting where about 20 CEOs was working, and he said, sometime you get a compliment from one people, two people. He said there were 18 peoples. They all complimented his suits
Oh,
that day.
wow.
And he cannot hold himself to text me from there himself that, okay, Asif, I have to tell you that I have never got so many compliments, same day, same time, and plus all of them were CEOs, like 18 people, 18 CEOs. And that was the biggest compliment for me as well, that I have dressed up someone like he feels he cannot even control to tell me that, Asif, you have really done
Yeah.
a great job. It is not about Dixie. I have dressed up thousands of people, but sometimes it is just a part of my work. But sometimes when you really do something, because I'm not the only one in town who is doing good work. There are people who are doing better than me. But at the same time, when you feel this was something different. This was something maybe other people are not getting it. So I think which makes me also feel that as if you are also doing something very right, that it is not just about doing the same thing and rest of the people are doing the same. So I think that's why I said like
Hmm.
you need a right guy to suggest you, because that's his job to style you.
Absolutely, and I can be agree on that because the way you dress is show more about yourself.
Exactly.
And in today's world where people have limited time, they judge a book by its cover. So
Yeah.
it's very important to dress up properly. Dress up again, trusting someone who knows better sense,
Yeah.
out of comfort to go and try because sometimes you just feel comfortable with your own selections
Yeah.
and someone to guide you
Hmm.
and give you the enough courage that try something out of it,
Exactly,
right?
exactly. That's how the bespoke tailorings are coming. But I think it should be more honest also. Sometimes people takes these things as an more than a business.
Hmm.
I never take this as a business because I always believe, even if I'm not saying the certain amount, but it's their hard earning money, right? And it's my job to dress them well to.
Yeah.
I think still I can relate this also to the bespoke tailoring is more about uh, to give you more confidence. When you wear those things, definitely you feel extra pumped that when you wear a very nearly like a niche suit, bespoke one, and which you have asked for each and everything, like more personalized for you, and you got instructed by your
Hmm.
stylish that okay, you have to pair with this and with this only. So sometimes you feel okay, once you follow and you start getting compliment, you feel extra like like confident. So that confidence makes in your real life also, that makes a big difference, right? You achieve something like because of the confidence. If you don't have
Yeah.
a confidence, then you will not feel, you cannot even achieve something like if you don't have a confidence. So I think better it makes a big role. It creates more opportunities for you once you dressed up. It's not about dressing. Suit week is dressing, but it's about how you dressed up yourself, right? And
Absolutely.
it shows your character. It's nothing for other people. It is you who wears it, who wears
You
that
feel
different
better at
clothes.
the end.
You feel better at the end. Correct.
Coming back to the point of Suit Freak, well, that's a very interesting and strong name. Where you came up with the idea of Suit Freak? There can be thousands of names,
Yeah.
but why specific Suit Freak?
uh, Still, I feel it was two reason I can say.
Okay, I'm curious. I'm genuinely
Uh,
curious.
One was definitely because I want to create the curiosity. That was the main point. Because see, once you are new, you have all the experience, but how can you can make a noise, right? So if you're doing the same thing what others do and they have a very simple and decent names, then you don't find it that thing.
Attracting.
That doesn't attract you well, right? Something when you take a bold decision, like a suit freak. How come suit freak? So I say, if you are freak enough to wear suits, then you should go for a suit freak. If you don't find it crazy wearing a suit, I don't think so. A suit freak is made for more freaky people who are more fond of wearing suits and dressed up well.
The risk
That's how
takers.
the idea is. And as in business, I can say there was a loop. I can say in my hometown there was uh, a that sweet shop named Badnam Laddu.
Ah, yeah,
I got it from there also. Like, okay, because they're so famous
Kharab
having the
chai,
same. Exactly.
this kind of
So
things.
that inspired me, but it was just a sudden decision
Yeah,
actually, Suit Freak. And before opening this, many people have suggested me not to go for actually, but I did.
I think you made the right call because it's open eyes of everyone when they heard like suit freak. Then you really feel like you will find the the obsession in a positive way to say that of someone who has crazy enough to try everything in the suits,
Yeah.
to try and dare to try something out of their own zone.
Yeah, exactly. See, even the spell is wrong, right? But it's intentional. Sometimes you do things wrong, but intentionally to make
It
it
catch the
right.
eye, so it's a very marketing funda you have
Exactly.
applied on it.
That was the only
Very
thing,
smart.
and sometimes you become more popular than what you don't have to do.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to do only those things, but nothing was so like I can say becoming a brand, becoming a different thing because we have never heard any of the bigger brand also as a very decent or simple name. So I've always seen the names. It's different than easily to remember also. If it's a very a common and classic name, people forget
Yeah.
easily, right? So I always believe it's this, they can always remember you.
No, that's very right. And I mean, I like the name initially because I found it, as I earlier said, that it's very marketing strategic name,
Yeah,
where it will at least take your attention.
yeah,
Maybe if I'm not into suits, at least I will think, oh, what is Suit Freak,
yeah,
that kind of thing.
exactly.
When you started Suit Freak, I think 2019 you opened the outlet, right?
No, it was in 2022,
2022.
but as a social media online
Yes, like you were
platform
in
was in
online.
2018 only.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how this journey happened? Like, I just again I'm asking somebody from outside that you're setting up your own business. You
Mm.
were in a job for a long period of time, like say 6, 7 years time.
Mm.
Then you had a confidence first, and very important thing that you
Mm.
want to take a risk to open your own venture, even is on social media or online platform. What is the process it takes in Dubai to open your own store? Like, is it too hard with paperwork, or is it just, you know, too efficient to get things done?
No, it is quite easy actually if we talk about the paperworks. Is no hassles at all, and it just needs some financials. I can say that to start with any business,
Hmm.
and as I said, I have just worked for 2 years, not for 7 years. It was just for first 2 years. Initially, I was learning for fashions,
Okay.
and later I have established one of the company where I have used all of my experience which I have learned earlier for 2 years, and all of my learnings were going very great. That inspired me to um to open my own business because when you learn something, when you are try something new, and at that time you feel like okay, whatever decision you have made was good. The only thing missing was the money. So, but without money, first of all, like it's hard to get something like to achieve. And being in Dubai is not a uh, easy thing to do because you have to take a risks plus money both. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't work, you have to work hard. You have to. Uh, for me, like I can say, I always say one more thing. Like for me, there was never a plan B. I have heard a lot of people saying like, okay, there's a plan A and plan B. I was always a person who is only having a plan A. So I always believe if you have a plan B, that means your plan A is not 100%. That means
Wow.
you are not 100% like if you have already a plan B, that means you are ready for plan B. So if your plan A is not working, how can plan B can work? So I can always say to my whoever is watching this podcast, like I can say it is always a plan A only. If you want to really do something to achieve somewhere, to reach somewhere, keep always plan A. There is no plan B.
And that's very inspiring and very moving because it's something personally opened my eyes as well.
Yeah,
That if you're really into willing to do something, there should be a plan A, and that's your plan.
yeah.
I remember Jeff Bezos, the Amazon CEO, he said the same thing once that there is always a plan A. There is nothing called plan B. And even if you have plan B, it's supposed to be support your plan A.
Yeah.
I remember one of the podcasts he mentioned,
Okay.
and that's the right way. I think that's the only way where you feel, that okay, this is what I need to do, and this I need to give my everything.
Yeah.
But then I came to, because see, this is all sounds to me honestly like a fairy tales that you have to work on your plan A to get
Mm.
it done. But the amount of hardship you have to, you can relate to. You're in the business for nearly like over a decade.
Mm.
The hardship you have faced throughout these times, the struggles you had faced, the times where you might have doubted yourself as well. Am I doing the right thing or not? Of course, families around there as well. That am I jeopardizing their lives because of my ambition? So how you deal with all these self doubts during those
No,
times?
actually, you just mentioned self doubts, but I have never doubted about myself.
Self doubt means like all these things which comes in your mind.
Never,
Oh wow.
never. And I can tell you, I got broke down 2 times in my last 15 years. Completely zero. Completely. So I've gone through with scams where I lost my all money. Second time, you can imagine the COVID, which everyone was like, affected. And I was just married uh, for 3 months when the COVID hits. I bought my new car, I bought my home, and suddenly you were having a good financials. You were thinking like you're going to start a new journey with your newly married wife, and suddenly the COVID hits, and you already spent all of your money, and your businesses are closed. And that time you realize that I was not prepared for this thing. And uh, you won't believe the COVID was the first thing, and second thing, I got scammed, and where I lose my all money. So I was zero. Before starting this business, I was not having a single penny for myself. But the only thing was belief, right? And I think I can say that I'm not saying like I'm not an overconfident guy, but it's a truth. It's a bitter truth that I worked hard, and as I said, I was not having any plan B. I was just keep, you know, uh, motivating myself that you have to do it again. Plus, you were not having any second options, and there was nothing to lose then. And then you have only options to achieve something, right? And I think which I did in my past 5 years, I can say, and I established myself again um, to be here actually, and it was different actually. It was different, and I think if you talk about your family, your friends, it has to be there, but they should be more supportive. Supportive in the sense when you're struggling, at that time they should be more like like not to get involved so much in your personal life or a family
Mm.
life. So if you work hard now, then for sure uh, it is about more, you can be more relaxed later because now you're young, you're healthy, you can do whatever you wanted. But work it before it's get too late, right? Try to do it now. And I always think and experience, I think, if I don't know if it's scientifically proven or no, but if you thought once that you need to do this in your mind, you will achieve it very easily, very easily. So I don't know, my thoughts are working in a way, in that way, or it's an actual thing. But whenever I have thought about doing something, it is done. It is done very easily. So for me, it's a little more religious also. I because I trust God a lot, and I always ask for God only, no one else. Even if I'm in a big trouble, I will never ask any human being to help me out. I always prefer like He's the one who can put you in a situation where uh, if you can keep patience and it can come out. Because sometimes when you share, uh, I always believe also because my experience is different than yours maybe, right? And sometimes we are more emotional. I'm discussing with someone who is not even uh, you know in a understanding how what's the situation is going on, right? And they cannot even guide you, but sometimes we share those things with those people only.
Out of
So
trust.
yeah, so normally I believe in case if you do it with the right people also. Never discuss everything with everyone. It is always like discuss things where you can feel it. It's not about feel also. It's about look like more like where you can get the right things from the right people. Not everyone from the right people or the wrong people. So I think that is also more important. You cannot ask like he don't have experience and you're asking something from him. They can never suggest you or give you a right suggestions. So I always believe get your suggestions with the right people also, not with everyone, because everyone cannot guide you where you wanted to be.
Well, I mean, Asif, that's very courageous and that's very, very inspiring in many ways. Tell me about when, as you said earlier, that you had two situations happen, COVID and when you got scammed, and you completely went on zero to rebuild yourself again.
Yeah.
What was going on in your mind? Like you mentioned about being self-belief,
Yeah.
that you said that okay, I need to done the plan A, it has to be done, and that's where you're moving it. But what was actually going in your mind, like how or where to start with? Because rebuilding a life twice is not everyone's cup of tea.
It was always again like self belief, uh, which I did and worked hard for. You can say nowadays I always believe there should be 48 hours in a day so I can fulfill my work or duties. Uh, I think that's the only thing. And as being busy and working, running a show for my company is, I think, mm, I can say like it's only about uh, getting a right product to be delivered. In case of what you're doing, I always say be honest. For me, even someone is spending whatever amount they want to spend, small or big, for me it is same. The client is same.
Hmm.
For me, the same way of dealing or handling the client should be same, and it is for my team also. I always say never differentiate if you are having a good clients or just a normal client. Maybe they have a different budgets, right? But don't compare like with the big clients to the normal clients, that okay, he's so giving more attention to that client and not to him. For me, it was more like create a product, and once you have done it, you have to like it should be more like worth paying like from your client only. And I think uh, behind this there's only a honesty, which I feel I'm not putting anything extra to be here, to create a product, to create something. I think I'm more honest with my work only. If you're paying, it should be worth it. And that's how I think it creates your things better and better. In your real life or your business life or friends life, wherever you go,
Hmm.
it is good. Like in case if you're doing this thing in your way, because nowadays like it's not that easy also to be around with someone. Sometimes you're enjoying your own life with some ethics, some, uh, when uh, you're doing your, uh, the job perfectly, then I think that makes everyone happy and makes your life easier and your life too. So I think most important thing is your honesty doing the same way.
Well, excellent. That's a core, and this I think has been very expensive thing nowadays
Yeah,
in the world to find. And you
yeah.
can be agree on that, right? To be
And
honest.
discipline. I think I have read somewhere, uh, discipline is the most luxurious thing nowadays in the.
Yes, yes, absolutely, absolutely.
No one
Can't
has
deny
had the
that.
discipline you needed. It is more luxurious than anything nowadays. So you have to be disciplined before you do anything. Like you have to be more like, the ethics and discipline so that you're doing something for some cause at least. It is never about to create a wealth. It is always sometime to deliver, to makes you happy, your clients happy, to get it right. So at some time we feel like it's not about just doing a business or running a suit break. It's all about sometimes you enjoy doing this as well.
Yeah.
It's never about okay, you earn this much money. You cannot be satisfied. You can never be satisfied whatever you do. But definitely once you make people happy, that makes you feel satisfied. Okay, you're doing the right things.
No, that's right, and well, quite moving. We have talked very serious things. Let me ask you some stuff. What Arif do usually when he have 48 hours, and
Yeah,
if in this 48 hours he have 2 hours of free time,
yeah.
what does he do in that time?
Actually, during my day, there is no free time. But usually, when I drive back to home, that time I enjoy. I sometimes enjoy music a lot.
Okay,
Going,
what kind? I'm curious. What kind of music you enjoy?
it's a hidden Asif. I actually like more techno and trance,
Okay, oh,
and
that's interesting.
pretty much loud. And I think driving back home, I have my own car to listen that music loud. Otherwise, I'm not allowed to do it at home. But I think that's the only time for me, like if I enjoy, because I was living uh, from my business to home. It was more than 45 minutes drive, and I used to drive, enjoy my driving plus the music.
Nice.
And it's not like Bollywood. It's just
So we talk about your, what you like in your free time, talk about music. But now again, I went to back to the point which makes you smile
yeah,
about the
yeah,
family time, family life.
yeah.
What does that family support means to you? Because again, we live in the world where right now everybody is busy in their own zone,
Mm,
own life. No time for the beloved ones, the one actually who cares for us.
mm,
And I think you always take them for granted.
mm,
Either it can be your parents, your partner, your kids, that okay, they are there, let me focus on my business, my wealth. And you give an excuse to yourself that okay, I'm doing for their future.
mm.
But I think we are missing the core, which is spending time with family. So what does family values for you?
A lot to me actually, because end of the day it is for them only. But we are living in a world where money is also required, right, to fulfill their dreams. And every husband has every son, every father try to support their family in a way, whatever your family is requiring, right? So it has to be balanced actually. I cannot say that we can completely skip our family or can ignore like because you're too busy in your life. And at the same time it is important to be like in a competitive world to work hard to do things right to get your family what they have like waiting for actually. So it is your responsibility sometime, but it has to be balanced. I cannot say it completely work or complete life. So I think in that case when you're working your family is supporting, and when you need a support then for sure your family is there. So but I think for me we get extra time, we try to give some extra time to for our families that helps you out to be focused whatever you in your life you're doing it. So I think for me family is very important, and uh, I'm a family oriented guy, and I don't even remember I've gone out without my family uh, in my past 5 years. So I'm always either working or with the family.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
that's. I think that's where the strength comes,
yeah,
which you talk highly about the self belief,
yeah,
because you feel supported and
yeah,
you feel like there are people who you rely to them,
yeah,
and they're relying on you.
yeah. And my brother, my wife, my brother, and my mother, these are the core members for me who motivates me to do things.
Tell me about your brother, because initially behind the scene you said highly about him. We want him to also see that how much impact he has of
Yeah,
him on your life and certain path which you have chosen.
yeah. Actually, the when I started this journey, the fashion industry, and I did not like it at all. The first day, the first few days, I can say, was not very good for me. So I asked my brother that I'm not enjoying this. So he never pushed me to just come. He said, "Okay, if you don't like it, it's okay. My job was to bring you here. That's it, and it's your will now. So you can choose whatever you send." But actually, that hits me. It was never like because someone is trying to support you, like to get you a job, to bring you here, to get you things like when you came.
Yeah.
So as I mentioned, like I brought nothing, not a single dirhams in Dubai. And for me, I think it is very much inspiring from there to here. It's a very different journey because he's the one. He was the one like who always supported me in my good or bads, and always ready for pushing me to that. You can do that. You can always do that, and I can trust you. I think he was the first, and after my marriage, I think my wife, she was more supportive than anyone, and I think she has really took care of my childrens, which motivates me doing my things over here, and to focus more on business. And I think she knows very well that at the end of the day, we both are doing for like to support each other actually. So I think it is good. I think my brother also like is still I don't know he gonna see this and later he laugh, and but he knows himself that he has done. He is really proud of me that Asif, you have really came out so far that you have achieved something, which I still believe it yet to come.
Well, we always feel that. I think that's the hunger which keeps striving,
Yeah.
right? Coming back to the suit freak, now something exciting and something, which I personally loved it. Your brand ambassadors.
Yeah.
You want to talk about them?
Mr. Chris and Shreesanth, right?
Yes, Mr. Chris Gayle and Mr. Shreesanth.
Yeah.
I think you choose the right character because both of them are very fond of fashion.
Yeah.
I'm just amused and I'm just imagining the conversation you're having with Chris Gayle and Shreesanth about the suits because I think they are very much into the fashion and trying to do the things. So how the conversation looks like between you and them?
You know, one is good in a bat, one is in a good in a ball. So they both are very different. But as you mentioned, Suit Freak is more for freaky people,
That's
right?
exactly suits them. You
And
got the
both are
right ones.
crazy. You have seen like many of their
Yeah,
performances are like more like a freak, like
yeah.
they go crazy. So they are crazy. That's why they are with me. And since I can say Chris has a uh, big role in my life also because he has also supported me in a way like that we are good friend actually. So whenever we meet it's a very casual discussions, and because I know if I suggest something more crazy, he is the man who can carry himself also. I can say no one can carry better than Chris Gayle, like how I dressed him up. So I think he is the right guy for me also to dress him well. And whenever whatever we suggest, I think he can carry. He's the man. Plus, the Sri is always like uh, a nice gentleman now, and he's pretty much changed what we have
Yeah,
seen
we have
him
seen in early
earlier.
2000,
And he's such
2010s.
a nice guy, man. He's such a nice guy, and to be honest, he's very different.
No aggressive.
And the both ways actually, and I can compare Chris and Sri both. And we think they are tough, but they are very gentle guys, very much gentle guys. Like I've never seen, because I've met many celebrities, but especially I don't know the cricketers, but they are really cooperative, plus a nice human beings, because I've never felt that I'm meeting Chris Gayle every time.
Again, I'm talking about because you mentioned Chris Gayle and you being very good friends,
Yeah,
and and the kind of bond you have shared. But I see both of see I don't know Chris Gayle personally,
yeah,
but I know you now.
yeah,
So he's more like party person, vocal, and you're completely different.
yeah.
So how does this algorithm works?
Actually, he always called me for his
Your parties?
parties. Yeah, always. But once you're married, like your wife doesn't allow you to go.
You wanted to come back
Otherwise,
home
you can
again, right?
always, yeah, you can always see me there also. But I normally, it's hard for me to say no actually. But I do visit him whenever he asks me to come. Uh, but you know that because sometimes you're busy, and then so you cannot go every day, and but when you're working for a week, and for Mr. Chris, he's always like more like a evening guy, or
Yeah.
a party guy. So
Very
we
entertainer.
are like more like uh, simple and sober. That I think they're our both our lives are very different actually, and a
I
personal
think
life
Suit
both are
Freak
different.
connects you both.
Yes, but he's always like in a more like, okay, because as he mentioned, like your cloth, because he wears many different clothes, but he says whenever is a big occasion, he only wants to wear suit free clothes. So I think which is a bigger compliment for me also, that he always pick or choose suit freak whenever he go for his big events. So we also love to dress him in a way like he can carry himself and represent suit freak also. He does like all the collaborations and everything, but and I still remember that day. It was a very different day for me. I was speaking to him on a phone, and he was in town, and just suddenly he just said like, Asif, I wanna visit your store. I said, how come? Because it's based in Meena Bazaar.
Yeah.
I said it will be more chaotic if you wanna visit it. So no, I will pass by. And it was like, for me, it was like, really, you want to visit my store at Bardubai? He said yes. And then he did, and he came, and at night the police came and everything. The whole area was crowded, and it feels it was, I don't, because maybe it's just because of the friendship we have, and he just come, and I think that supported me a lot. And sometimes people, when they visited or they visit my page, they always see, oh, Chris comes here, they stitch their suit here. I said always. So that's how that keeps me motivated also. Like he
Yeah.
likes my stuff, and I think the motivation we need. I think Chris also gives us that kind of motivation, also wearing suit freak clothes.
No, I mean that's again get back to the point which you talked about earlier, honesty and treating the customers as you mentioned earlier. Like if somebody is spending $1,000 or 20,000 bucks, your staff and yourself treat the customer the same way,
Yeah,
which is I think the core of your establishment,
exactly.
which I think kind of makes it feel original and pretty much like you know heartfelt.
Yeah,
You feel like okay, I'm being taken care.
yeah.
How was this meeting happen with Shreesanth? Why I'm asking you that because you mentioned about him that he's very polite and nice gentleman, but what we have seen, it's
Yeah,
it's a
very
very different
different. And
public perspective.
yes, uh, I have a very
How
common
did you
friend of
met him
me.
first? Sorry to
Yeah,
interrupt.
there is a common friend, and he asked me to dress him up. And again, I was not prepared that Sri will come to my store and get his suit done. But I know nowadays, because I think he's associated with some of the bigger real estate companies nowadays, so he needs to wear a suit. That's how we get connected, and we started doing this. But later I got to know, I just went to his home and all. But I think it was a good time we spent. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, he's a child lover also. So when I met him at home, he was like, okay, after lunch I need a tea. So it was a good thing. But I think overall he's such a nice guy, and he's a very different personality now. What we
Okay.
have seen him on screen and now is a very different guy, and quite a bit good-looking, smart guy, a tall and handsome guy. Yeah,
No, that's excellent. I think you connected very well with them
yeah,
because the the authenticity you are having, I think that's what attracts people around you
yeah,
to get in touch, and because that's how the trust begins,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Talking about the life which you have seen is like lots of ups and downs you had over the year. What's the one key learning you had overall of your life journey so far? Like, does this make you more humble or self-believer, or you know anything?
I think I prefer more humble actually. Sometimes, because self belief is something which makes you feel like you're good, you're confident, but maybe for others you're not. So I feel, be humble, make it nice, and just go with the flow also. The only thing is, as a real experience, you need a lot of focus to achieve something. That's it. I think that's the simple thing. Like, if you're enough focused, you will reach somewhere where you're looking for.
Nice. I mean, yeah, some of your all journey so far, what you have been
Yeah,
through. Talking about Dubai, why I love Dubai, one of the key thing, because Dubai is a very fashionable city.
yeah,
You always have, you always see trendy dress wear all around, and
yeah.
you can be agree on that. But again, at the same time, when you have too many options, it will create too much of confusions.
Hmm.
So especially the young ones, and even not the young ones, like the people who are looking for the right fit, what and they want a suit, what they should come to your shop and ask you the first thing.
For me, I personally describe thing as in doing a bespoke tailoring. Uh, Sometimes people take it wrong in a way that the fit wise, like I need a slim fit, I need a
Yeah.
loose fit, I need a comfort fit. For me, tailoring itself, getting a bespoke, even a shirt, trouser, or suit, by itself, it is made for you. So you don't need to ask your tailor to do it loose, to do it tight, to do it slim fit. Bespoke is already tailoring. It's tailoring is specialized specifically for you only. That doesn't require to get a right fit. So whenever you visit to a tailor, you just say, I need a tailored clothes, whatever you make. So tailored defines you like it's already making for you. So I think that makes a big difference, because for me, defining a tailoring is always, I never ask people that you want a slim fit or a regular fit or a loose fit. For me, it is always a tailored fit. So once you ask, who have a sense of uh, doing a tailoring and a sense of suggesting people a tailored cloth, that means everything is as per your requirement, not for me, not as per my comfort. It is all about your comfort. So when I
Yeah.
see you, when I design you, it is the fabric is the one thing, but the fit is the second thing. That is very important. And both have different roles. But for me, when I see you, I can suggest you something which suits you also in terms of fabric, in terms of styling. I will never suggest you as per the trend going on. I will
Hmm.
always suggest you, if I talk to you for maybe 10 minutes, I can suggest you what kind of outfit I can offer you.
Hmm.
So that makes my work a little bit different than others. Like, okay, what I can suggest to the people. So I think that brings their personality also out. Okay, how you can carry yourself. It is never about I can see a serious guy, a funky clothes. I never suggest
Yeah.
those.
Depends on the personality trend the person is having, and then
Yeah.
you suggest accordingly. I think that's the difference you make.
Yeah, even I design myself as per your body. I never design a classic cuts. I always, when we do trials and stuff, I always customize as per your body sizes, never as per a classic trends going
Yeah.
on. Sometime for me, like a style, uh, there are just few styles for men's,
Yeah.
but not everybody understand. It's the look wise is one thing, but there are thousands of different things. You can see it when it's on the customer's body,
Yeah.
right? When I see from my eye, it is always when I see you, where it has to be, what it has to be. It has to be done in a way as per your own body, now not as per just a classic look. It is just about like, okay, I design as per you. My suits, my team will never work a classic um, cuts. They always work as you wanted. As if you're tall, the cuts are different. You're
Mm.
short, the cuts are different. We suggest you the right, the length, the right fit, the right color, the right design. Everything we suggest, and that's how they leave everything on me. That's why I wanted to train my team to work in a way like where they can suggest the customer to help them out, not to just sell. So for me,
Right.
there are two things. I never sell to my customers. I try to help them. I charge for helping them. I am not charging to selling a suits or doing a shirts.
Interesting.
I'm just helping them out because they need a guidance. They're spending because sometimes people spend, but they don't get a right guidance. For me, to give them a right guidance, that's where I charge.
Wow.
Yeah. That makes me also happy. Like, okay, because it should not be like you're wearing and you're not enjoying. So it has to be more like it has to be willingly you wear. Okay, I make suit from Suit Freak. I have to wear because they are really so nice. And sometimes I also dressed up in a way people admire my suits to be okay. I want exactly the same way, exactly the same, the fabric you're wearing, the cut you're wearing, and that makes my brand different than others.
I think that's the key difference you have made amongst your competitors because you do as per the people rather than selling them, suggesting them.
Yeah.
I think that's the key thing. I would like to know where now we are in Dubai and in being in fashion, as I earlier said, the city of fashionable city of the world. Where the fashion is going ahead in next 5 years? What do you think? Is it the same thing? 10 years back, the fashion is repeating itself, or what's are your thoughts on it?
No, it's changing now. Before, as in bespoke tailoring, we were doing only the suits and shirts, but we are the same guys. Uh, there are a lot of inventions going on in terms of fabrics. And now dressing up doesn't mean that you can only wear suits. Now there are formal, semi-formal, casual, semi-casuals, colors, the composition of fabrics is going crazy. We have never seen fabrics earlier, 15 years back, 20 years back. I've never seen those fabrics exist. Now there are few fabric existing, and now we are creating such a way, like we can design outfit out of that, which makes I think this industry a very much different nowadays. I think next 5 year it gonna be even more crazier. So you
Okay.
will see more. I can say, especially in Dubai, if we talk about, you see more trends going on in Europe, but you will see very soon in Dubai as well. I think a lot of people are getting inspired, getting just a tailor-made clothes done, especially in Dubai. And Dubai is quicker. The other thing is in Dubai, I think still economical. If we
Yeah.
compare with the other countries, Dubai is still cheaper.
I mean, this was a very fantabulous podcast so far I had. Like your journey, your thoughts, and the way you see things, your business very differently. Not differently in the sense, not just as a business, as your own venture, and you want to, you know, give somebody a lifetime memories. At the
Yeah.
same time, the journey you had, like, I mean, I never met a person who has completely broken twice and rebuilt his life again.
Yeah, man.
And this is something which is my personal key takeaway, like
Yeah,
personally me, I'm getting inspired.
yeah.
So I think life is all about rebuilding itself, right?
Exactly, exactly.
Once again, thank you so much for being on our show, and we'll hope we will shoot another podcast with the suit freak suits.
Very soon, whenever you're up, you'll let me know. We can
Definitely.
definitely, maybe next podcast, we're gonna do more discuss about the stylings only, so where we can style you off first
Okay.
and ask your feedback where what we have discussed today. Is it more genuine? How you felt it? So later when we discuss a postcard, but definitely we gonna discuss more on about where we discuss more about only fashion, only about the
Yes,
stylings,
absolutely.
only about the colors, what colors, what
Yes.
styles, what like the kind of physique you have, what we can suggest,
Yes.
and the weathers, and which weather, which part of time, which month you're gonna wear which kind of clothes. So we discuss a lot. So next time, inshallah, when we
Definitely,
meet,
inshallah, we're gonna discuss all
and
this.
definitely we're gonna see you in a suit freak suits.
Suits.
Maybe we will see you every time wearing a suit freak suits as well.
Well, indeed, why not? But thank you once again for coming on our show.
Thank you. Pleasure, man. Pleasure.